15 minutes of racing for the Rogue Motorsport Toyota MR2 Championship gets underway now. Even start from the two on the front. Neil Stratton is quicker away than Adam Lockwood from row 2 of the grid as they charge off up to Copse Corner for the first time. You'll see many of these cars now, the majority of the Mark III cars, not the Mark IIs that have dominated in the past, as they head their way through Copse Corner then for the first time and down towards Maggots and Beckett's. It's not Sean Traynor, it is ahead. It's Jim Mew who's made the marginally better start. He has the lead of the race as they turn into the right-hander. It's Sean Traynor second. Stratton and Lockwood are side by side for third. It looks like Andrew Ruthven in 5th place in the first of the Mark IIs. One or two of them going a little bit wide through Beckett's for the first time, but I think all of them getting it gathered in and heading off up the Wellington Straight.
A great start from Jim Mew then, and he's going for not only his first win but his first podium of the season as well. But Sean Traynor just about found an MR2 size gap on the inside. He lost it. He's made contact with Jim Mew, and the championship leader is round at the end of the first lap.
That is drama, isn't it? He's lost it and he's caused chaos behind him. There's been another spinner as well. I think that's the 65 car of Via Aldridge that's gone around. He's finally got going again, but that caused a little bit of chaos, didn't it? With Sean Traynor losing it and multiple cars delayed there. So we'll see the order in which they come at the end of lap 1. It is Jim Mew leading. Andrew Ruthven comes through in 2nd place in the Mark II car. 3rd is Adam Lockwood. 4th is Andy Baranowski. Neil Stratton 5th. Tim Heron 6th. And where does Sean Traynor come across the line? He's there in 13th position at the end of lap 1. So now he has got a big game of catching up to do in the next 13 minutes.
Rare mistake from Sean Traynor, multiple series champion here. Jim Mew actually has pressure from the Mark II car behind. The Roadster is the most popular, but the B-Class 2-litre Mark IIs do have some really good pace as well, and Andrew Ruthven is proving that at the moment. A class winner from Brands Hatch, and of course a former Mini 7s racer. As one of the other Class B cars, Tim Heron, looks to be making a move as well. But still Jim Mew that leads, then Ruthven and Adam Lockwood there in 2nd position. They've surely got to be thinking this is a big opportunity for us to try and take some points away from Sean Traynor, who's already on the recovery. He's round the outside there of Jason Crossley. Directly on his inside there was the number 64 car of Benjamin Gallagher going through Luffield. So that's all the way down in about 12th, 13th and 14th position as it stands. Fastest lap of the race done by Adam Lockwood at 1:11.2 in 3rd position, and it's less than 0.4 of a second that separate the top 3.
So down towards Maggots they go. And is it Ruthven? Yes, it is Ruthven that's got his nose back in front, but he loses out again into Maggots to Jim Mew. Adam Lockwood is there, Neil Stratton is there, so to is Andy Baranowski now in the number 10 car as well. Stratton sort of now tries to dive up the inside of Lockwood on the exit of the Beckett's right-hander. But it's interesting here that the slightly more powerful Mark II car of Ruthven is going pretty well here, but it's not as quick through the corners as the Roadsters that are more numerically dominant now and sort of surround the older car from the 1990s. So it's Jim Mew leading. It's Ruthven in 2nd place. It's Lockwood 3rd. 4th is Stratton. 5th is Baranowski. Then there is a gap back to, I think it's Maxine Nichols there in 6th position, and she's doing really well. Really strong race for Maxine in the number 17 car. Now racing her late father's car. And she seems to be much more happy with that than she has been racing the car that she was last season. So that's really good to see Maxine right up at the sharp end. Scott Edbrook, I think, has just got past her over the line that time, though. Top 5 all together here, Chris, and it's Ruthven again with his nose in front.
But this time I think he's actually been able to make the move stick. No! Jim Mew sticks it back on the inside, braking for the right-hander at Beckett's. You can see some damage on the left-hand side of Adam Lockwood's car from that contact he had with Sean Traynor. Shouldn't be causing him too many problems, but the problem he's got is that Neil Stratton in the yellow number 84 car is on the outside line, going in side-by-side for the lead again with Andrew Ruthven trying to outbrake the Roadster in front of him, but Jim Mew holds it firm on the inside, as does Adam Lockwood in his battle for 3rd position. 5 cars here squabbling over the lead. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Really good battle for the race. The first of 2 races today for the Rogue Motorsport MR2 Championship. Sean Traynor is currently running. He's lost three place on the last lap. He's gone down to 17th. So Sean Traynor going backwards rather than forwards. Didn't see what was the cause of that. Jim Muir has gone over the line again. 2/10 clear of Ruthven. Lockwood and Stratton Baranowski all within 1.2 seconds of one another. But I think that's Sean Traynor coming through now, isn't it? Yeah, there he is. And, well, just on his own, really, at that point in time. So couldn't really tell if anything was happening. That lap was a consolidating lap. It was his best lap of the race, actually, 1:14.020. But that's 3 seconds off the best lap of the race by Adam Lockwood, for context.
So Ruthven leading now as they come out of Maggots. We could go 3 wide down the back straight. Neil Stratton threatening to do so. But it's Adam Lockwood and Jim Mew who are locking horns on the way into Brooklands, with Lockwood on the inside. Champion from a couple of years ago, of course. But the 78 car of Jim Mew is the one that manages to find the line into Luffield, but Lockwood is not giving up. Absolutely level pegging going around Luffield, but eventually the track favours the car that started on the front row of the grid, Jim Mew, and he manages to just hang on to second place.
Yeah, so Jim Mew, the 46-year-old from garage owner from Portsmouth, in second position at the moment. Ruthven with a gap of nearly half a second at the start of this lap, as Chris was saying, the ex-Mighty Mini racer there. It's not Mighty Mini, Mini 7 racer, we should say, in the number 82 car from Meriden, there in Warwickshire. Been racing for more than 20 years. He's done some drifting as well as that. But meanwhile, we've got Mew under pressure here from Lockwood with his slightly modified front bumper. And Lockwood has now gone through to second place. You've then got Stratton there in third. So it's Lockwood to second, Mew down to third, Stratton fourth, Baranowski fifth. Then it's Ed Brook in the black and green car. He's got the novice cross on the back of his car. Then Maxine Nichols. And here's Baranowski now up the inside, and also Jim Mew trying to get back up the inside of Lockwood as well. So looks like we're going to have a double place change possibly at Brooklands.
Stratton had a big swapper there that really cost him a lot of time. But Baranowski on the inside for third position on Jim Mew, and Mew all over the curbing on the exit of Luffield, and Baranowski with some momentum and a slightly shorter line through Woodcote as well, so they're absolutely side by side when they come across the timing line. Jim Mew trying to squeeze him over to the right hand side a little bit to try and open up cops for himself, but Baranowski's having absolutely none of it. He's through on the inside and into third position.
Yeah, absolutely right. Heading off to Cops. We're already more than halfway through this race. Scott Edbrook still there in sixth place, you can see. We'll pick up on him again in a minute, but because we've got cars side by side here, and one by one, Jim Mew is being shuffled to the back of the pack here, isn't he? Baranowski's gone through. Neil Stratton is sort of alongside at the moment. It's going to be the inside line, I think, for Mew as they head down to the left-hander. Yeah, he's made that stick, I think, down to Brooklands. But Ed Brook possibly closing in on this group as well. Yeah, he took 7/10 out of the cars ahead of him on the previous lap. Did Scott Ed Brook as well, so he's going to try and get himself involved in this battle as well. He's in his first season of racing, the 33-year-old from Bristol, driving the ex-Mike Wells Mark III Roadster. And
Sean Traynor is now down to 18th position, so there must be some further damage on that car that we didn't quite see that is hampering his pace at the moment, because he should be going in the other direction, really. So this is just going to be a bit of a damage limitation race for Sean Traynor. And of course it's race one lap times that set the grid for race two, isn't it? So he's going to have another struggle later on today as well, because of course that contact happened on the first lap and he's been doing this race with a damaged car.
He's going to be outside the top 20, I think, looking at the lap times of others around him.
The last time we said that.
There is Sean Traynor, and we heard from a reliable source that he's very superstitious about not having his car washed at the circuit and only at home, and he had to chase across the paddock when he saw someone, get a cloth out and try and clean his car in the paddock this morning. So maybe
oh my goodness,
that superstition is true.
It's true. I'll never forget Sean Traynor storming drive at Alton Park, trying to deny Adam Lockwood his first championship in the finale there after he struggled off the line and stormed up from 10th to very nearly win the race, in fact. But it was Lockwood who came away with the title that day. An extraordinary title fight between those two that they've enjoyed over the last 2 years. But there's a few more people at the party now, and Andrew Ruthven is the one who continues to lead as we start lap number 9 to Adam Lockwood, 3/10 ahead. But Baranowski's closing in on that gap as well. It was 1 second when they went over the timing line, but it already looks visibly smaller than that.
Here they are at the right-hander at Beckett's then. It's Ruthven in the number 82 car, I think looking for his first outright win in the MR2s. And today might be the day. Less than 5 minutes to go now. Lockwood, though, will have other ideas. He's chasing after him. He's been the champion, of course, in the past. And we've got Baranowski third. He's looking for what will be his first podium, I'm pretty sure. Only his second season of racing in the championship. The 35-year-old video game designer from Chelmsford in a self-built car. So he's going really well in third position. Probably 4 more laps to go in this race for these competitors now as they turn their way through Woodcup and up towards the timing line. It's going to be Ruthven leading, but what's the gap? It was 3/10 of a second on the previous lap. It's now close to 4, and Jim Mew now in 4th position has done the best lap of the race, 1:10.29.
They're in 4th position as it stands, and so it's being shuffled down the pack a little bit earlier in the race. That seems to have calmed down a little bit. 1.9 seconds covers the top 5 with just under 4 minutes to go. And I'm trying to remember, when was the last time we saw a Class B car taking an outright
now you're asking.
Win? I'll have to get the history book out on that one. And it's more just because of the Roadster's popularity in the championship more than anything else. But clearly on a day like today, it knows how to be quick.
The car is well suited to this kind of circuit, I think, where its power is a little bit more important than some of the more twisty venues with more gradient, where the nimbleness of the lighter but lower powered Mark III Roadster comes into play. So showing that a well-driven Mark II car can still win races here. And
it's weird to see a Roadster that is lighter than its sort of coupe counterpart, slow-moving. Is that Edward O'Kane that was moving quite slowly?
I'm not sure whether it was or not.
Yeah, because normally all the gubbins you need to make it a Roadster sort of add the weight, really. Yeah. But obviously the MR2 is the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah, full redesign for the Mark III car, and it was really popular.
That's what you can see when you take the roof off in an MR2.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on a beautiful day like today. There they go, round Beckett's they go. It's the 10 car of Baranowski there with that sort of turquoise engine cover at the rear of the car. He's in 3rd place. He's going really well now. There's Scott Edbrook. He's the car that you can see immediately going away down towards Brooklands once again. And pretty much line astern through there that time. Ruthven's going to have 2 more laps to try and keep Adam Lockwood at bay here, and the rest actually, because it's not easy. On a spin for Veer Aldridge. He was involved on the first lap in the aftermath of Sean Trainor's spin as well, so it's not been a happy race for him, although he has managed to get back up to 12th position, rather better position than Trainor, who's in 17th.
So less than 2 minutes to go, 2 laps left, and Neil Stratton had just made a move on Jim Mew, but Mew's trying to take it back immediately on the inside line at Copse Corner, and emerges behind still the yellow number 84 machine of Stratton, who is second in the championship going into this weekend, of course, so stands to gain incredibly well from Sean Trainor's misfortunes in this race. Don't believe he's won in MR2 though, has he?
I don't think so, no.
No, certainly hasn't this season. A pair of second place finishes at Brands Hatch, racing since 2009, but starting to fight towards the front of the field. Very close again for 4th position with Stratton, nearly getting a nudge from Jim Mew. But Adam Lockwood, it's starting to run out of opportunities. We've only got 1 lap remaining in this race, and so it is still Andrew Ruthven in the Class B car that leads them over the line for the Final time before the checkered flag comes out. Lockwood and Baranowski, only 0.6 separate them. Started to build a little bit of a gap to Stratton and Mew behind them.
Yeah, and they've got a slower car as well, which they might well catch before the end of the race. That could play a part in this battle for victory, but is it going to be a very rare win for one of the Mark IIs in the form of Andrew Ruthven? He's got his headlamps popped up now to let that back marker nose come in. That's not going to help his aerodynamics, though, is it? You see,
you're supposed to flash the lights, but you can't do that on this car.
I'm not sure he's thought this through. He's going to lose speed down the Wellington Straight. That car's got out of the way, though, so that has worked.
Get him back down, Andrew. Get him back down.
So is Adam Lockwood going to try and take advantage of this aerodynamic deficiency? He's got the pop back down. He was listening to you, and that's held him in good stead. Turning into Brooklands, although a bit more speed carried in by the sort of lighter weight roadster of Adam Lockwood. He's looking good for a Class C with his Lockwood, but he'd like to get the overall victory. It's Ruthven here turning his way through Luffield Corner, accelerating his way out of it, but so too is Lockwood, but he should have a bit more grunt, Andrew Ruthven, and he should be able to come through to take the victory in round 3 of the Rogue Motorsport MR2 Championship. Yes, he does, by just under a quarter of a second from in second place Lockwood, third place Baranowski, his first podium as well. Neil Stratton is 4th. Jim Mew rounding out the top 5. Also getting the fastest lap, and then Scott Edbrook in 6th with Maxine Nichols 7th. That'll be one of her best results, I think, in quite a long MR2 racing career. Now, Tim Heron completes the race in 8th place. He's 2nd of the Mark IIs, and I think it's going to be Jonathan Grimes and Ian Ladbeater coming home in 9th and 10th positions. But a really good race there, and nice to see one of the Mark IIs winning on a very rare occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, for Adam Lockwood, 3rd in the championship, he would have taken a bit of points out of Sean Traynor there. So that's his first class win of the season after a pair of podium finishes. And a first podium for Baranowski as well.
Let's have a look at the results then at the end of that 50-minute race for the Toyota MR2 Championship. They got 13 laps out of it, and on number 82, Andrew Ruthven took the win. From number 11, Adam Lockwood in 2nd place, he won his class. 3rd was number 10, Andrew Baranowski. 4th was the 84 car of Neil Stratton. 5th was 78 Jim Mew. Scott Edbrook, great result for him in 6th place, number 53. Maxine Nichols was 7th in 17. 8th was number 9 Tim Heron. 9th was number 79 Jonathan Grimes. 10th was number 5 Ian Ladbetter, ahead of Jason Crossley, Jonathan O'Neill, Gavin Aldworth and Sean Traynor. He made up a few places towards the end to get back to 14th position. Let's see where he's going to line up on the grid for row 2. Veer Aldridge was 15th, Andy Williams 16th, and Andrew Strange, Eddie O'Kane, Neil Hohen and Oliver Aldworth rounded out the top 20. You can see a very full grid of cars, and I think, yeah, they all made it to the checkered flag. So all 30 cars that started the race finished the race as well, albeit one of them, Tim O'Brien, was a lap down. So they're back out again later on today for their second race, but you can see the top 3 pulling into pit lane. He's got the headlamps popped up again in celebration, has Andrew Ruthven in the number 1 position, car number 82, 2nd to Adam Lockwood, and 3rd to Andy Baranowski. And Trevor Gregory down there just getting them all into position. Kieran Mogg will be down there as well and ready to talk to them in just a few moments' time. Be intrigued to see the later race for these cars. Will we have a repeat? Will we have a second win for the Mark II, or will it be the Mark IIIs to the 4 in the second race of the weekend? There's a good look up close and personal at Andy Baranowski, who looks slightly surprised to be there and relieved. Let's head down to Kieran Mogg. He's in the pit lane ready to talk to the top 3.
You can see there Andrew Ruthven and Adam Lockwood having a bit of a chat after that race. They got very, very close, ending up just 2.5 tenths in between them. Yeah, they're obviously just having a quick chat, and we'll just quickly jump in with Andrew.
Sorry, that's why I keep you behind there.
For the first time in quite a while, a Class B car has won. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, yeah. Stoked, that's the first race win, so yeah, really, really happy about that. And I'd just like to dedicate that win to my memory of my mum, who died a few years ago, so I promised myself I'd do that if I ever stood on the first step here.
It's a lovely way of commemorating it, 100%. And obviously, you had Adam all over your back the entire way along. Yeah. How difficult was it to keep him behind?
Very, very difficult. But apparently I'm dropping a little bit of fluid, so I'm going to have a look at that just towards the end. I had issues in qualifying where it overheated after 15 minutes, and it was slowly creeping up. But yeah, I managed to keep him behind.
Nice way to obviously get round off race one, sorry.
Yeah.
You still got one
Would you
later
like
on.
to round off race
Yeah,
two?
100%.
As well?
Obviously, you got one later on as well. What do you think?
Well, if they have a coming together like they did last lap, that'd be perfect. They can plan that again. That'd be brilliant. Yeah, Sean just got a bit out of shape going into there, and I was taking it easy in so I could cut in up the inside. So a few people weren't quite so fortunate as that.
Good. Well, look forward to seeing you later on then.
Hopefully, yes.
Cheers, thank you very much. Now we'll quickly jump in with Adam Lockwood, obviously our Class C winner. That was very, very close.
It was close, wasn't it? Yeah, I was enjoying that, and yeah, fair play to Andy for keeping it in front. But yeah, it was a good race. Really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, Sean had a little bit of a tangling out at the start, and I managed to sort of collect him. But so I don't know where he ended up. But yeah, it was good fun. Enjoyed it.
Was as a result of hitting Sean the damage that you got to your front bumper? Was that it?
Yes, that was that. Yeah.
So if we just have a quick look around here a second, because obviously we have a. If you want to come with us, Adam, we'll have a quick look at this because, yeah, obviously, just talk us through what happened from your point of view there.
Well, Sean had a little bit of a tank left on in front of me, and unfortunately, there was nowhere to go with cars beside me either side. So yeah, give him a little bit of a tap. But my nice new clean car this season is now not quite so clean. It was going to happen at some point.
You're going to say any car that hasn't got some sort of damage on hasn't been raced.
No, exactly.
But obviously just to... we've got to wrap it up. I do apologise. Well, congratulations on the second place, and we'll see you later on. Quickly, very quickly, is this your first podium, I was told?
It is first overall podium, yeah, absolutely thrilled. But I've still been beaten to fastest Andy, haven't I? So I've got to try and one-up him next time on that one.
But there's a pack of 5 of you. You're quite close, so maybe later?
It was absolutely incredible racing. Aside from the tiny bit of contact between Sean and Adam, it was so close and so thrilling to be part of. So, yeah, really glad to have made it a little bit further up the grid and to be a part of it. It's a great feeling.
Absolutely. Well, good luck for later on then. Hopefully we'll speak to you again.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, thank you very much. Right, coming up next before the lunch break is the Vulcan Racing Classic Stock Hatch Championship.